Yeah. Hello and welcome to round 8 of the Race Spec F1 Esports 2010 Classic Car Series. My name is Expert and I'll be your commentator for this morning's race. We are here at, not the Hungarian Grand Prix, I do apologise, that is an error. We are at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, otherwise known as the Belgium Grand Prix. So hopefully this will bring a few good racing, considering it is a lot of slipstream is involved, so it should keep everyone nice and tight together, and it's probably one of the best tracks in the world. If anything, I really do agree when people say that. But anyway, Plebs is sitting on top of the driver's standings, as you can see on your screens. He's currently sitting on 97 points, 1 point ahead of Useless is a Cat in the Ferrari, so that is definitely going to come. Well, it is very tight at the moment at the top of the leaderboard. F1 Amazing does not race in this league anymore, so that in theory puts Sideshow Prod currently sitting in P3 at the moment. He's currently sitting on 72 points. Then two other drivers that unfortunately don't race in this league anymore. Then it's John Polainen, who is on 46 points, I do believe that is. Then behind him is Alpoom, Purple Haze, LAS Chucky, the two Red Bull drivers of Purple Haze and LAS Chucky. Then is the reserve driver of Hyper Toasters, who I do believe is racing today. Tommy N will round out your top 12. Tommy N, I should say, yes, that's what I said. Then it is P. Crun, who is going to be in P13. Corte Cruz in P14. P15 will be LAS F1 Skid in for the Red Bull. Then it will be his teammate Sergeant Cardi in P16. P17 will be Aaron L3F4. P18 will be the Ferrari of Dougie Falcons. P19 will be Cracker Jacqueline Renier. Top 20 will be the reserve driver of MJ Coleman. LAS F1 Loic will be in P21. P22 will be Flogger Woggles. 23 will be the Rock F1. Felipe N will be 24 and Renier top 25. Or your driver standings will be Aussie Suspect, who is on a total of 1 point, unfortunately. Okay, now you can see the constructor standings here for the the PS4 2010 Classic Series. McLaren sit on top at the moment on 269 points. There's not much of a gap between them and Braun, if you think about it. So, considering the amount of drivers that there are in this league, so that can definitely be a tight little battle between the constructors there, as you can see. Then it will be Red Bull sitting in third at the moment. They are a little bit behind, unfortunately, but they can potentially be in a little tight battle with Ferrari for the battle of P3. But now we're going to head over to the main screen, as you can see on your screens. Now the drivers are heading out for their qualifying session around the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Turn on the audio for you. You can see we're riding on board with Blocky Rex, who is on an outlap. The majority of drivers will be heading out for their outlap around about this time now. Thanks, Alpoom. Good luck to you as well. See, Blocky looks like he is the first driver out on track at the moment. Actually, maybe not. There's a few drivers ahead of him. Actually, never mind. We're going to ride on board with Blocky, as he will look like to be the first driver to set a lap. It is wet conditions. I only just realised that, to be honest. He's gone very deep into the final corner, so this is going to hinder his run. This could definitely, if it is wet for the race as well, this could definitely bring some interesting racing. But we do have 18 drivers here this afternoon, having a very good turnout from all the drivers for this afternoon's Grand Prix. Runs a little bit wide into turn 1 there, does Blocky Rex, but he manages to get a turn though. He's going to come out of turn 2 at La Source, heading up into Radion and El Rouge. Gets through there nicely. Down the straight, main straight he goes. I'm not too sure the braking points for these classic cars. I know the F1 cars. I haven't done much practice in the Braun cars. Normally I go into a practice session and try and learn where all the braking markers are so I can say them out in the stream, but either way, Blocky Rex still on his lap. He's heading into the second sector now. Into this double left-hander. I need to learn these corner names. I know La Source, Eau Rouge, and Radion. And the bus stop. He completely stuffs up that corner there, does Blocky Rex. Through that double left-hander. Through this section here. Very easy to lose a car on the curbing. narrowly stays off it there, does Blocky Rex. I think there is a driver in front of him, but I don't want to search through everyone. Unfortunately, Banana Cake looks like he's already retired from the session. So he unfortunately is not going to get a lap in. So that's unfortunate there for Banana Cake. Yellow flag in Sector 2. We're going to ride on board still with Blocky Rex as he's coming through this fast left-hander now. And Max Verstappen famously went around the outside of Felipe Massa in his Toro Rosso, but coming into the bus stop chicane he goes now. Does Blocky Rex. Alpine goes fastest now with a 2-minute 3 flat, and then Sideshow Prod comes in P2 with a 2-minute 5.5, and then behind him will be Blocky Rex, the man we are currently on board with a 2-minute 6.6. So the drivers are currently split up at the moment, but only 4 drivers have set a lap time. Then Flogger Woggles will sit in P4, the last of the drivers that have set a lap at the moment with a 2-minute 8.9. So the drivers look like that Alpine's going to be the one to beat at the moment. A lot of drivers now finishing their laps. Dougie Falcon's moved up into P4. Alex has gone into P5. Corte Cruz has now gone into P3. BK has now gone into P9. And Big Tonga's now gone up into P2 with a 2-minute 5.5. So he's got 5/10 of a second. He's going to try and find Dr. Dre's going to come across the line now. And he goes into P6, does the Red Bull driver. So we'll try and find a driver that is about to finish a lap. Looks like Ken Tenmar's about to finish a lap. He's heading through the bus stop chicane now. Is Ken Tenmar, but I think he's unfortunately invalidated his lap. And he's had to resort back to the pit lane. Chuck on a new set of wet compound tyres. These tyres don't wear too much. Normally you can do around 2, potentially if you want 3 runs or 3 laps on these tyres before you chuck a new set on. I think Plebs has backed out of this lap as well. But now Chucky's gone into P9 for Red Bull. I think Plebs is about to start a lap here, as you can see. Gonna ride on board with him. He's gonna show us how to do a lap of the Circuit Spa-Francorchamps. Alpine now goes faster again with a 2-minute 1.5. That's over 3 seconds faster than anybody else at the moment. Sideshow's gone faster again. He's set a 2-minute 4.4. That's still over 3 seconds faster than anybody else at this stage. Only 11 drivers still have set a lap, and now Plebs will definitely be one to watch as well. He gets a lot of oversteer at the top of El Rouge. That could potentially cost him. Heading down the straight very slightly in straight line speed. Just about to hit 300 kilometers an hour. Does he do it? No, he has to set at 298, unfortunately. He doesn't go up around over that 300 mark. But now BK has moved himself up into P3 with a 2-minute 5.2. I'm going to bring up the corner names quickly on my phone to see what they are. I know the main straight section of the circuit names. Of the corner name, sorry. Still on board with Plebs. He's going through the double left-hander. A couple of corrections he had to make there. Turned in a bit too early. Alright, I've got them up on my screen now. He's heading into Blanchimont. That's right, that's what the name of the corner is. Anyway, he's heading into the final sector now. It is Plebs through Blanchimont he goes. Keeps it planted. Now he hits 300 k's an hour. Down this straight in that McLaren MP44, I do believe it is. Through the bus stop chicane he goes. Heading onto the main straight. What lap time will Plebs set? He goes into P2 with a 2-minute 3 flat. So that's still over 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds Alpine still has on everyone else at the moment. Sideshow's now coming into the pits for Braun to put on a fresh set of wet tyres. So it'd be nice to know what the weather's doing as well. I mean, we're going to read out your order with 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the session. Alpum sits on pole at the moment. He's got a pretty big lead on everyone else at the moment. On Plebs especially, who's got 2 seconds. He's got to try and make up, or all the drivers have to try and make up to catch up to Alpum. Plebs is in P2, then it will be Sideshow in P3. Sideshow Prod in P3 for Braun, then it will be BK, who I do believe is in a McLaren, will be in P4. P5 will be Big Dongo, as I just ran really wide there at the top of El Rouge. Now he heads down the Camel Straight. Dr. Dre, MP6 for Red Bull, leading his teammate, Corte Cruz. Gasly 10 in the Ferrari. P8, Alex, MP9 for Red Bull as well. Then running at the top 10 will be the Braun driver of Rocky Rex 9779. Doggy Falcons, MP11 at the moment. P12 will be LAS Chucky. Then will be Flogger Woggles, who are the last of the drivers to set a lap at the moment, who has unfortunately run out of fuel as well. So he's going to have to try and limp it back to the pit lane. Very long lap, which is the longest lap as well, so that's going to be unfortunate for him. He may not even get, he may only get one more run potentially in. John Poliden, MP15 at the moment, is still not set a lap, nor is Kentan Mark, Crackerjack, L, Banana Cake Pie has unfortunately retired from the session, and LAS Purple. He hit the wall there, did Purple. Well, he had a little bit of an incident, mistake there, I should say. He's about to finish his lap. We're going to ride on board with him. He's actually coming into the pits now. Is the Red Bull driver. Let's see. A couple of the drivers firing out their engines for their second run. The problem is it's a very long lap time around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Sideshow Prod is now on an out lap as well. See if he's able to better his time. BK is heading out of the pits as well in that McLaren. His teammate though is starting a lap. MP5, so I'll probably say they would try and give each other a tow. No, maybe not. I thought they might try and give each other a tow. But anyway, the McLaren driver heads through La Source, gets through there nicely. Into El Rouge and Radion they go, or he goes. Gets through there pretty neatly. Don't think it was 100% from the McLaren driver, but anyway. Heads down the Camel Straight. Very tail happy. He seems to be a little bit too eager on that gas pedal. Chris Tremaine, what happened to Banana Cake Pie? We're not too sure. I may have accidentally put it. I'm not too sure. I think he put it in the wall, to be honest. But yeah, he didn't set a lap at all. So the first thing when I was reading out, I didn't even realise he retired until probably 10 minutes to go in the session. Dongo could have potentially, unfortunately, or could have potentially invalidated his lap time there. It would have been close. He's heading through the final sector now. Who was that that just moved up? I think that was Crackerjack. It was Crackerjack for the Braun team. He's moved up into P4 now. Sideshow Prod is also on a lap. He's heading through the middle sector. He's unfortunately not up on his time at this stage, so he's going to have a little bit of work he's going to have to try and do. Very treacherous conditions around the Belgium circuit. Heading down the back straight now, he goes. Into Blanchimont. Sideshow goes. Does he keep it planted? He does keep it planted. I'm just going to swap a few drivers to see if he's up on his time. Doesn't tell me. Sometimes it tells me at the top right if he's up on his time or not. But he's coming through the bus stop chicane now. Here's the Braun driver. Will he be able to improve on his time? What time's he going to do? Unfortunately, he did go faster. But he invalidated his time as well. So that's not ideal for Sideshow. Alpum and Plebs are still on their outlaps. As you can see now, Plebs has got a lot of oversteer and he's put it in the wall on the front straight, heading into La Source. Looked like he just had a massive tank slapper through, what's the word? The bus stop. Now he has no front wing. So Plebs doesn't look like he will be able to improve on his time. So that's unfortunate there for the McLaren driver. As you see now, this is Dr. Dre heading into the bus stop chicane. He's coming into the pits. No, it looks like he will be completing a lap potentially, or he may be actually, I think he's starting a lap to be honest. May have had a little mistake. The Red Bull driver heads into La Source, gets it turned in last. He did lock the front brakes very minorly. There's 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. He did get a lot of oversteer there, did the Red Bull driver. We've just had confirmation from the Banana Cake Pie that it is supposed to be a wet weather race. Banana Cake, can you let me know in the chat if it's supposed, like the whole, what section of the race is supposed to be wet, if it's all wet or... Anyway, now it looks like Big Donga's unfortunately retired from the session, so he doesn't seem to, or think that he will get any faster time. Say Crackerjack's now heading into the pit lane. Sideshow's about to finish his lap. He's 2 seconds up on his time, it reckons. I don't know if I can trust that, but... Oh, okay, fair enough. Good. He's heading into the final sector now, or the final chicane is Sideshow. Seems to be a lot up on his time, so will this move him up any positions? It looks like he will go to pole position. Will Sideshow with a 2-minute 1.1. 4/10 quicker than Alpum. We didn't think anyone would be able to get close to him. But it looks like Sideshow looking very quick at the moment. Well, is Alpum on a lap? He is on a lap. Now, also, we need to point out as well, Corte moved himself up into P4 for Red Bull. Still a little bit of time he needs to find if he wants to get up into that top 3 position. LAS Purple's now set at 2.8. So he's moved himself up into P3. Track definitely seems to be drying. As you can see, Crackerjack's now retired from the session. This is BK in front of Dougie, who's got a lot of oversteer there. I think Dougie may have impeded BK's lap very slightly there. That was Dr. Dre, who unfortunately I think did cross the line, but he actually moved himself up into P5, I do believe. So what's Plebs doing? He is unfortunately not going to go any faster because he did get that front wing damage. And apparently it is expected to be raining for the race as well, so that can definitely spice a few things up. BK is now retired from the session. Alpum now goes faster again. A 2-minute 0.3. It's 8/10 faster than Sideshow. John Polana now has crossed the line. Into P8 he goes. LAS Truck, he's now going to have to settle for P7 or worse. Dougie Falcon's going to come home in P10. Gussie's going to come across the line now. He's going to go up into P3 for the Ferrari team. Nice job from him. Now Corte's gone up into P3. He's taking Gasly's spot. So at this stage, it doesn't look like anyone's going to catch Alpum in P1. So it will be him, by the looks of it, on pole position. Leading Sideshow Prod, which will be your front row lockout. Then it will be Corte Cruz, by the looks of it, for Red Bull in P3. Then it will be the Ferrari of Gassy 10. P5 will be LAS Purple, then Plebs in P6. P7 will be Dr. Dre. P8 will be LAS Chucky. P9 will be Jump Line and Renio. Top 10 will be Flogger Woggles. And it will be Crackerjack in P11, Dougie Falcon P12. 13th will be BK, then Big Donga 14th. Alex in P15, who just crosses the line. Now he's moved up into P10 for the Ferrari team. Then it will be Blocky Rex P16, and then 17th will be Kentema, and unfortunately Banana Cake Pie did not set a lap, so he will be starting from the rear of the grid. So we're just waiting for Dr. Dre now, and Alpum. He's actually up on his time still, is Alpum. He's 7/10 up on his time, so will we see a potential 1 minute 59 here? Into the final chicane he goes. Look how much confidence he has. I think he may have unfortunately invalidated his lap there. No, he didn't. He sets up 59.5. There does Albu. He's a second. He's over a second faster than anybody else at the moment. So we're gonna have to see how that goes in the race. But it is apparently expected to be raining for the Grand Prix, assuming that Banana Cake's not lying. But as I read out before, that is your grid for the Race Spec F1 Esports 2010 Classic Car Series. Who are we waiting for? It's good now. Sweet. Let me know if there's any lag with the stream as well. I keep getting told that the stream's lagging a little bit, but anyway, these are your provisional results. As I read out before, Alpum is going to take pole position, 1.6 seconds faster than anyone else at the moment on track. Sideshow Prod will take T2, running out the front row of the grid for Braun. Then it will be the Red Bull and Ferrari on the second row of Corte and Gasly. Then it will be LAS Purple, Plevs, Dr. Dre, LAS Chucky, Jumperlinen, Alex, Floggerwalls, Crackerjack, Doggy Falcons, BK, Big Donga, Kentema, Blocky Rex, and Banana Cake, who unfortunately did not set a time, will round your top 18 for the Belgian Grand Prix. But we're going to let the drivers now head over to the grid for the Race Spec F1 Esports 2010 Classic Series. As you can see now in the screen, the drivers are heading out for their formation lap. Yes, it is wet as well, so that's not ideal for the drivers, but it's ideal for us because we will see potentially some hard racing. Well, the drivers will have to fight for their positions a lot harder than they would if it was dry. I'll read out your order again to you guys. Alpum sits on pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix. He leads Sideshow Prod in P2, then it'll be Corte Cruz in P3. Gasly 10 will come home, or start on P4 I should say. Then it'll be LAS Purple in P5 for Red Bull, then it will be Plevs in P6 for McLaren. Dr. Dre in P7 for Red Bull, then LAS Chucky, his teammate. In P9 will be John Polline, and Renier. Top 10 will be Alex in the Ferrari, who unfortunately is stuck on the grid. Boggle Woggles is in P11. P12 will be Crackerjack. P13 will be Dougie Falcons leading BK and Big Donga in 14th, 15th. Kentema in P16. P17 will be Blocky Rex 9779. And then Renier top 18 will be Banana Cake Pie. He'll be one to watch as well. See how fast he gets through the field. He's normally Banana Cake he normally is as quick as the majority of the Tier 1 drivers in the Pacific Series, so he'll be definitely one to watch. I'm just going to quickly mute the drivers real quick because I can hear a few of them starting to talk. Alright, sweet. You see the drivers and they're heading through the bus stop chicane. They're about to form up on the grid for the Belgian Grand Prix. Let me know in the chat, the live chat, your top 3 predictions for the Grand Prix. There's a lot of drivers on the grid already. Waiting for the light sequence to begin. You see, this is a sideshow prod on our screen now, waiting eagerly for the light sequence to begin. On board at the moment with our pole position man of Alpoom. You see the light sequence is beginning now for the Belgium Grand Prix. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And they are underway. He gets a very nice start there, does Alpoom, but so does Sideshow. He's going to be side by side. But that looks like it's Corte. They've got a better start than everyone. It's actually Gasly, I should say. And now he's into the first. He went from like P5 to P1 before even turn 1 came around. All these drivers taking it very cautious as it is very slippery, heading through La Source. No incidents by the looks of it so far. Throughout Radion they go. They're going side by side by the looks of it is Plebs. Actually, who was that? Here it is, it's Dougie Falcons and Dr. Dre. They're going to go side by side after the Camel Straight. Who manages to get the move? They've actually made slight wheel-to-wheel contact there, so now this is going to force the McLaren driver, Big Donga, behind him to try and go down the inside. There's a yellow flag to sector 1 and 2. He makes contact there, and now Big Donga's unfortunately around. And that's a Braun driver there. I do believe that was Cracker Jack, potentially. I think that was Cracker Jack. Anyway, that's actually Gasly 10 that's lost it. Heading into the double left-hander, Gasly's unfortunately lost it. He had a massive lead on everyone. He got the best start out of anyone as well. But now he's got LAS Purple. He's trying to get down his inside. He's looked like he just lost the traction through that left-hander. Now Corte's right there as well. He's trying to stick his nose up there. It is Purple. But Alpoom now leads the way ahead of Sideshow Prod in P2. It's currently a Braun 1-2 at the moment. Gasly 10 for Ferrari is in P3. Leading the Red Bull of LAS Purple and his teammate Corte. Plebs is in P5, 6 at the moment I should say, for McLaren. Then it is LAS Chucky in P7 for Red Bull. P8 will be the Braun of Floggerwog leading the Ferrari of Dougie Falcons. And it's BK now who's put it in the wall there. Now he's dropped a few positions and now he's actually been tapped now. That's Cracker Jack and that's a massive, massive incident there. He looks like BK took out Jumper Linen. Now Jumper Linen is out of the Grand Prix. Could we potentially see a safety car? I don't think that was Blocky, unfortunately. Was it Blocky? I think that was actually Cracker Jack rather. He just got completely tangled up in that incident. None of his fault by the look of it. And now he's spun around again trying to put the power down. Now Cracker Jack is unfortunately retired from the session, so now we have 2 retirements from the Grand Prix already. Could we potentially see a safety car? I hope there is a safety car. Sideshow Prod still sitting in P2 at the moment. He's losing a little bit of time at the moment to Alpoom in front of him. Dougie Falcons is right on the rear of LAS Chucky. Cracker Jack reckons first banana cake. Don't blame you. He's currently moved up from last to P11. Moved up 7 spots in 2 laps, so But so has Blocky Rex as well in front of him, so could be a little tight battle for driver of the day between those two. There's yellow flag in sector 2. Might have just been a local yellow. Dougie Falcons looks like he does have a run on LAS Chucky. They're going to head into Blanchimont. Very heavy conditions around the Spa circuit. Chucky doesn't give Dougie much room, but he's going to try and do a Verstappen here. Here's Dougie. He's actually going to go around the outside now. Here's Dougie Alping, sets the fastest lap at 2 minute 4.2. He runs very deep into the corner though, does Chucky, and he's going to try and do the under and over now. Here's Dougie. Matt looks like he's got the line for it, but he didn't have the best traction out of that bus stop chicane. Back in the slipstream now. Is Dougie. Will he switch to the inside? He's trying to go to the outside. Slows the car down. He looks like he's got the under and over done. Will this be... This looks like a Fernando Alonso, I believe it is, and a Mark Webber. Could this be a remix of it? It doesn't look like it. They're not side by side enough. Heading through our Rouge, and Radion they go. Yellow flag in sector 1. That's actually there. That's Ken Tenma, who's unfortunately spun around at the exit of turn 1. I'm not too sure if he got a little incident there with somebody. But Alpine still leads away. He's got a 2.6 second lead now. I think Corte and Purple are going at it. They are. Heading through the middle sector they go. Try and find a little battle. I think Chucky's still right on the rear of Dougie Falcons here. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think Ken Tenma's heading up towards it. I think it might just be a local yellow. Looks like it is. Jump line has now left the session. Alpine still going fast now. He's hit a 2 minute 4.0. Unfortunately, Alex has left the session as well, so hopefully he's able to join back. I don't think I can invite people. No, I can't, so that's unfortunate. For Alex, hopefully he can join back. He's down in P16 at the moment for the Ferrari F1 team. The Scuderia. Actually looks like Corte and Purple are starting to catch up the sideshow. Actually no, they're not, sorry. Purple's unfortunately lost a little bit of time to Corte. Gasly's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cutting warnings. I do believe he would have done that at the top of Radion. Ken 10 miles now retired from the session. Down in P15 he is. So I'm not too sure what's happened to him here. Unfortunately we won't get much of a view. I think he's lost it at the beginning of, so the exit of turn 7. Still leads away. Does LeBron driver. Still pulling out his margin. 2 Sideshow Prod behind him. Corte's still trying to edge his gap out on his teammate of LAS Purple behind him. Plebs is starting to catch up as well to that little battle pack for P3. Gasly's nearly put it in the wall on the exit of that right-hander. Dougie Falcon still sitting in P7 at the moment. He's got a pretty even gap between Gasly in front of him and Chucky behind him. But Chucky's actually starting to get a bit of pressure now from Blocky Rex. He goes round the outside there through Blanchimont, does Blocky Rex. It did make contact. I'm not sure if Chucky actually realised that Blocky was there, but he still managed to get the move done. So now Chucky's dropped back down to P9. He's got his teammate, Dr. Dre, behind him in P10. Banana Cakes up into P11. So by the looks of it, this is the tightest battle going on track at the moment between Corte, Purple and Plebs. This can definitely spice up a little bit when it comes towards the pit stops, as they are only on lap 5 of 22. It's a long race around Spa circuit, or the Belgium Grand Prix I should say. He still leads away. Goes Alpine. MP1. Yellow flag in sector 2. Let's see what that's for. That's actually there. That is Big Dongo, who's unfortunately lost the car again. Heading into the chicane. He goes. Unfortunately, that's going to lose him a lot of time down MP12. Flogger Woggles is going to start to catch up to the rear of him potentially. You see that's Big Dogger now right on the rear of Flogger Woggles, as he did manage to get ahead. 4P12, sorry, I'm just trying to fix the stream a bit. It says it's lagging, but it's... No, I need to turn the notification off. Get in there. Alpine still leads away. MP1 heading on lap 6 now. Midway through lap 6. Sideshow Prod still sitting in P2. Plebs has now managed to get ahead of LAS Purple. Now Big Donger's got a 10-second time penalty for track extending multiple times. So that's going to put him right down the order. Then it is Gapsy 10, MP6, leading Dougie Falcons in the Ferrari. He's got Blocky Rex right behind him. Dr. Dre's trying to catch up to the rear of that pack. LAS Chucky, MP10. Then it's Banana Cake who's trying to put some pressure onto that Red Bull. Flogger Woggles still in P12. BK's now moved ahead of his teammate, as he did make a pit stop there. Alex is now sitting in P15 at the moment. Unfortunately, he is disconnected from the session. Unfortunately, you can't invite people back, so... BK's now got a 3-second time penalty, but Alex's Ghost Cars are already getting lapped on lap 6. They're about to start lap 7 of this Grand Prix. He goes faster again, does Alpuna. 2-minute 2.743. It's just under 3 seconds slower than his qualifying time. Now Big Dong is unfortunately retired from the session. Down in P14, so we're going to ride on board with Alex's car. Actually, I think there's a bit too much of a gap. Probably catch up to a bit closer with Alpine to view. Need a safety car to bunch everyone back up, to be honest. Yellow flag still on sector 2 for that McLaren's stricken car. I'm not too sure where though. May have already ghosted away, unfortunately. The closest on-track battle at the moment is between Blocky Rex and Dr. Dre. 2/10 of a second between them. All three different teams here at the moment between this little battle for P7. We've got a Ferrari of Dougie Falcons, a Brawn of Blocky Rex, and Dr. Dre, and a Red Bull. Battle's still going on. It looks like Blocky's trying to set up a move on Dougie Falcons. He'll try and potentially do it into the bus stop chicane if he can get the slipstream down the straight into Blanchimont. He's run really wide there as Blocky nearly put it in the wall. This is going to invite Dr. Dre to try and potentially make a move on him heading into the bus stop chicane. He's got the slipstream. No DRS available in these cars. Right out through Blanchimont. Really dived down the inside. He didn't sit in that slipstream very nicely there. Did Dr. Dre, but he's very deep under brakes. Here's Blocky Rex, but now unfortunately BK's retired from the session. Blocky had a really bad run out of that corner, but so did Dr. Dre, but he did have the better traction still. And now Blocky Rex has had to fall back down into P8. He goes, but he tried diving back down the inside on Dr. Dre, but unfortunately wasn't able to get the move done. And he has to settle for P8 at the moment, does Blocky. I'll put him now. He's got a 10-second lead at the moment between him and his teammate of Sideshow. Plebs has now got himself up into P3 for McLaren. P4 is LAS Purple. P5 is Gasly 10. As we are heading on to lap 8 of this Grand Prix. No real battle packs on track at the moment. It looks like again in sector 2. There it is, that's actually banana cake pie. It was spun around, heading into the chicane. So now that's probably going to let Corte catch up to the rear of him and potentially make a pass on him. So the Ferrari driver seems to be struggling with that with those rear tyres, or just keeping the car on the track in general. Might potentially see a few stops occurring. I'm not too sure what the weather's doing. I wish it told me what the weather was doing, because you may see it may even potentially dry up at the end of the race. We don't know. That's a problem. Gasly 10 has now just got another 3-second time penalty for cutting the top of Radeon. So now I do believe he has 6 seconds worth of time penalties. He does. The Ferrari driver. He actually is now put in the wall as Gasly. And now he does have front right end plate damage. He just looked like he floored the gas a bit too quickly than what the car's grip was capable of. And he unfortunately has put it in the wall. He nearly put it in the wall again. So now he has front wing damage there. Does Gasly, so he's going to have to come into the pits this lap most likely. So now Dougie Falcons is going to come or get a bit closer to him. That looked like Dr. Dre nearly lost the rear end of the car. Dr. Dre still struggling to make a move on Dougie in front of him. He isn't a Ferrari, so I do believe Dougie will have the better straight line speed there, most likely. But he is in the slipstream. Will Dr. Dre dive down the inside? He's going to try and think about it. Doesn't look like it. Though, so now will we see Gasly in the pits as lap? He is going into the pit lane. I think they made a little bit of contact there between Dougie and Gasly. He definitely looks quicker, does Dr. Dre. But unfortunately, I think the Ferrari's just a little bit too quick in a straight line. But now they have made actual contact. And way too deep into the corner there did Dr. Dre. So wouldn't be surprised if he does have front wing damage. But he's got a lot of oversteer there. So now that moves Blocky Rex back up into P6 for Braun. So who just got a time penalty? Should show up on the stream here in a sec. And now Cortez up into P9. Banana Cake Pie is now at a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, I do believe. I'm going to set this to stops now because we will start to see a few drivers potentially coming into the pits for a fresh set of tyres as there is 20 laps remaining. Never mind, why did I just say 20? 12 laps remaining. I don't know what my math is at the moment, but anyway. Dougie Falcons and Blocky Rex are still going at it. Looks like Dr. Dre, actually, I should say. Dr. Dre and Dougie Falcons are still going at it. He manages to get himself back up into P6, does Dr. Dre. After that oversteer moment. And Blocky Rex has got ahead of Dougie Falcons as well, so I think they may have, after that little kerfuffle there between Blocky and Dougie, that's allowed Dr. Dre to get ahead of the Ferrari. But now that looks like Blocky nearly put it in the wall again. He's getting very close to that wall on the exit of that right hander. They're heading into Blanchimont now. Will Dr. Dre try and hang it around the outside? He looks like he's going to try to. He's backing off the gas a little bit. He's just trying to not hit the Braun in front of him. I think he let it off a little bit too much though, because now, unfortunately, he's not going to be as close as I think he would have wanted to. But Blocky had a really bad run there, but they do make contact again. Does Dr. Dre and Blocky Rex. Now, as you can see in front of this little battle pack here, Alex's ghost car is 1 minute and 3 seconds down, unfortunately, on the race lead. Or the driver in front of him, I should say, with Flogger Woggles. Heading down the straight now, does Dr. Dre try and go down the inside. He's trying to put his car down there. But Blocky Rex is just so much deeper under brakes than Dr. Dre. It's Alex's car getting out of the way of the drivers on the lead lap. It's definitely the main battle on track at the moment. Slightly getting a little bit of traction loss there was Dougie. So Dr. Dre. Heading into Blanchimont they go. He's really close now with Dr. Dre. He's got a run, but he ran a little bit wide. Will he dive down the inside? I don't know why he does that. He pulls out of the slipstream there a lot. It might just be waiting. But Blocky Rex definitely seems to be a lot deeper under brakes. But he is coming actually into the pits now as Dr. Dre. So will we see Dougie follow him? He does. So now Dougie and Dr. Dre are in the pit lane. Will we see any other drivers? No. Chucky stays out. Will we see Cruz? Or Corte? He stays out as well. Will Banana Cake come into the pit lane? He stay out for another lap. Is the Ferrari driver. But still, as it stands on lap 12, there's 10 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. Alpine sits still in the prime spot of the Grand Prix. 16.4 seconds ahead of Sideshow Prod. Sitting in P2 at the moment. Then it will be in P3 will be Plebs in the McLaren. P4 will be LAS Purple. P5 will be Blocky Rex leading LAS Chucky in P6. Corte in P7. Dr. Dre in P8 who just came out of the pits. P9 will be Banana Cake Pie. And then rounding out the top 10 will be Doggy Falcons for Ferrari. Now Gasly 10's unfortunately spun it at the top of Eau Rouge, heading through the Camel corner. But anyway, Flogger Woggles is going to be in P12. And then it will be Alex's Ghost Car in P13. Banana Cake Pie and Dougie Falcons are going at it. I think Dougie actually just had a little error there, or mistake he just made at the end of the Camel Straight. But currently the drivers that have not made a pit stop are Banana Cake Pie, LAS Chucky, Blocky Rex, Purple, Plebs, Sideshow and Alpoom. They'll be doing a no stop. Potentially. Let's say if there's a safety car though, I'm sure they will come in. So these wet tyres definitely do not wear. Blocky Rex now has left the session. So hopefully he's able to join back. He's sitting in P5 at this as it stands. As you can see on the screens now, Season 2 of the Regional Series has officially begun, basically. We had pre-season last, when was it? Last Tuesday, I do believe. Sorry, it was this Tuesday. We had pre-season testing for the Race Spec Esports Regional Series. Went really good as well. We have a lot of drivers signed up for the Pacific Series, Euro Series and America Series. So if you are interested in joining for either of those series, I'll read them again. They are the Pacific Series, which is mainly the Oceanic region, the European Series, which is our biggest league or biggest section, and then we have the American Series as well. So if you are in any of those regions and are wanting to get into league racing, there's a link in the description for you to sign up. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Not too sure what that was for, but we're going to see. Now, Alpoom, our race leader, is in the pit lane. But also, if you want to get involved with our 2010 Classic Series or our F2 Sprint Series, use the same link and sign up for the Regional Series. But at the end of it, it will ask you if you would like to join the F2 Sprint Series or the 2010 Classic Series. As you can see now, our race leader is in the pit lane. So Sideshow will come out in the lead of the Grand Prix. It's going to be tight between our two leaders now. As you can see, Alpoom has now been passed by Sideshow Prod for the lead of the Grand Prix. But obviously Alpoom will have better grip or fresher tyres. They won't be very warm as of yet. But I think what Alpoom was thinking, it's ideally, well, in theory, just a free pit stop. He's going to try and go down the inside of Sideshow, but he thinks better of it. There's not much rush he needs to do because he does have the fresh tyres, so he should be quicker. We're trying to see who's in the pits. That's Blocky Rex now in the pit lane. He's going to be dropping a few positions here. There's the Brawn driver. Sideshow Prod still leads away. He is yet to make a pit stop, but I'm not sure if he will yet. It'll be one to see at the end of the race to see what happens. Another yellow flag in Sector 2. I think that's Purple that's actually had an incident. It is. So Purple's unfortunately put it in the wall. I do believe he has front wing damage. He does. To his right end plate. Sorry, his right side of his front wing does have damage. So that's unfortunate for Purple. He was looking on for a very good result. He nearly collides with his teammate there of LAS Chucky. Sorry, Dr. Dre rather. Drivers are now heading on to lap 15. This little battle for P1 is still going on between Sideshow Prod and Alpoom. In theory, you would think Alpoom would be quicker due to him having that fresh set of tyres. Sideshow's not pulling away from him though. He will have slipstream. No DRS available in these cars. He's in the tow. Will Sideshow defend? It doesn't look like he will. He's going to go down the inside now. Here's Alpoom heading at the end of the Camel Straight. He's going to try and hang it around the outside though with Sideshow. He does cut that corner very briefly though. So that could potentially give him a warning, but now he cuts across Alpoom and he manages to keep the lead of the Grand Prix for another lap at least. Now Purple's in the pit lane for a front wing change. This will be his second stop, not a scheduled one, so that's unfortunate there for the Red Bull team. Still going. Sideshow's still leading the way. Managing to hold on through that middle sector there. About to start the third sector as they do now. Heading down the back straight they go. Doesn't seem like he'll be close enough. This lap does help him heading into Blanchimont. He's actually got a pretty nice run now. Through Blanchimont they go. Will Sideshow defend the inside? He does run a bit wide there. Does Alpoom, will he defend? Sideshow does defend the inside line, which forces Alpoom back to the normal racing line. But now Sideshow comes into the pits. Will we see Plebs also win the pit lane this lap? He does. No, he doesn't. He actually stays out again. So I think the majority of drivers will be doing a lap, an extra stop. So not a no. I don't think any drivers will be doing a no stop at this stage. So now Plebs comes or moves up into P2. Flogger Woggles down in P11 is also in the pit lane. So now the only driver that has not made his pit stop as of yet is LAS Chucky. So will we see him in the pit lane this lap? Heading into the bus stop chicane he goes. Yellow flag in sector 2. Will we see the Red Bull driver in this lap? No, he's staying out a bit longer. Who was that? That was Banana Cake Pie again. He's unfortunately spun around through the chicanes or the middle sector. He's still holding on to P10 though, as Flogger Woggles and Alex have been lapped. So now, as it stands on lap 16 of 22, Alpoom leads away ahead of Plebs, who is still yet to make a pit stop, same as Chucky. Sideshow Prod is sitting in P3 at the moment on a fresh set of wet tyres. Corte MP4, Dr. Dre, MP5 for Red Bull. Then it'll be P6 for LAS Chucky. P7 will be Dougie Falcons. P8 will be Blocky Rex for Braun. P9 will be LAS Purple. And Renio top 10 will be Banana Cake Pie for Ferrari. Flogger Woggles in P11, then Renio top 12. And the last of our finishers will be Alex 96NZ. And unfortunately, our retirements from this race is Gasly, BK, Big Dongo, Ken Tenma, Crackerjack, and John Polinen. 6 retirements from the Belgian Grand Prix here this afternoon in the 2010 Classic Car Series. So the closest little battle pack on track at the moment is Dougie Falcons, but he's not really in a battle pack. He's the closest to the driver in front, 1.3 seconds as it stands. Alpoom now goes fastest, the 2-minute 1.183 for the Braun car, or the Braun team. So will we see Plebs in this lap? He goes around again, does Plebs. He could potentially be doing the no-stop strategy that Crossy in the live chat thinks that he is doing. Corte now, MP4 has a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits multiple times. So for just exceeding track limits. Five laps remain in this Grand Prix. Frogger Woggles down, MP11 has now got a 3-second rather, time penalty for corner cutting the top of Radion. Gonna have a quick look here at the time penalties. I don't believe that Alpine has any time penalties, but we're gonna have a quick look. There's 1 5-second. Oh, well, why are we looking at Banana Cake? We don't want to look at him. Looking at Alpine. He doesn't even have a warning yet, does Alpine? Plevs, I don't believe has a warning yet. The Sideshow, he doesn't have a warning yet either. Corte has a few warnings. He has a 3-second time penalty, so he has 13 seconds worth of time penalties at the moment, does Corte. And Dr. Dre does not have any time penalties. So, at this stage, Corte will be passed by a couple of people. He's going to drop behind Dougie Falcons at this stage. Dougie is currently sitting MP6. Now Chucky's caught up to the rear of Dougie Falcons. This is Ferrari versus Red Bull. Renault versus Ferrari power. Back in these days it was Renault. Alpine still going fastest, a 2-minute 0.9 for the Braun driver. Extending his lead on Plevs behind him. But Sideshow is actually catching up now to Plevs, who makes a pit stop for the Grand Prix. Will we see Chucky in this lap as well? Not too sure where Plevs will come out. I do believe it would be tight potentially between him and Corte. So it looks like he will come out a bit in front of Corte. She's heading through the final bus stop chicane now. There's Corte. Plebs is at the pit lane exit. And there's Corte heading through turn 1 now. So he does have a pretty decent lead between him and the driver behind does Plebs. We do now see Chucky in the pit lane. Now every driver has at least made one stop in this Grand Prix. 4 laps remain. Very slow stop there from the Red Bull team. That's going to probably drop him. Where is he now? He's at the exit of the pit lane. So this could be tight between him and Blocky Rex. Looks like he's just going to have about 200 or so meters between him. So, between Blocky Rex and Chucky. Obviously Alex in front. Alex's ghost car has been lapped multiple times this race already. Dr. Dre's now got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so that's not going to help when it comes to time penalties in the end with him and Corte. As you can see now, Alpine started his 19th lap. He's heading through the Camel Straight now. And the Sideshow's just heading through La Source. So that's the gap, as you can see. Alpine's at the end of the Camel Straight, and Sideshow hasn't even made it to El Rouge yet. He's just heading up Radion now. Is the teammate of Alpine. 3 laps remain. Nothing really happening on track at the moment. But behind them, currently occupying the last spot on the podium is Plevs, who has Corte behind him. A 6.7 second lead gap between Plevs and Corte. Corte nearly lost it at the top of Radion. Dr. Dre, Corte's teammate, MP5 at the moment. Dougie Falcon in the Ferrari is MP6, LAS Purple and LAS Chucky, the two Red Bulls, MP7 and 8. Then it is Blocky Rex for Braun, MP9. Rounding out top 10 is the Ferrari driver of Banana Cake Pie. Then it will be Flogger Woggles, MP11, and then rounding out the last of the finishers as it stands, or the last of the drivers that are still competing in this race, is Alex. Well, the actual last of the cars that haven't retired, but the actual last driver is Flogger Woggles, because Alex has unfortunately disconnected from the session. Yellow flag in sector 2. I'm not too sure what that's for. Probably just the local yellow, but now Alpoom's still going fastest. He sets a 2-minute 0.8. Whoa, Jesus, a 2-minute 0.8. That was a massive boost game, but anyway. .22 seconds now between Alpoom and Sideshow. Sideshow's just heading into the source now, and Alpoom's on the hanger straight, not the hanger straight, the camel straight, and then that's the gap between him and Plebs. So Sideshow's heading down the old pit lane, and Plebs is just starting lap 20 now. Next lap will be the penultimate lap of the race for the drivers. That's actually been... what car is that? I think that's Alex's ghost car. He's in a little tight battle here. Kind of. With Flogger Woggles. No, Blocky Rex, I should say. Actually, Blocky Rex is unfortunately disconnected from the session as well. Flogger Woggles is... and Banana Cake are going to have to try and catch up to them. I don't think it'll take too long for Banana Cake, but Flogger Woggles has just made another mistake heading through the middle sector. But Alpoom will most likely be about to start his lap. Penultimate lap, I should say. Heading into the bus stop chicane, he goes. Pretty much led from the start. He's been the quickest all weekend, qualifying and race. And he's still going faster. The 2-minute 0.6 in that Braun GP car. He starts his penultimate lap. Sideshow's about to head into the bus stop chicane to start his penultimate lap. There's a yellow flag. Sector 2 and 3. I'm not too sure what that was for, but anyway. Sideshow is starting his penultimate lap now. Through Blanchimont, Plebs just went. I think that was Blocky Rex's car, potentially. No, I'm not too sure what happened there. There's Banana Cake Pie getting past Alex's ghost car, and he will get ahead of Blocky Rex, so that will move him into P9 to take 2 points home for this Grand Prix for Banana Cake Pie. Flogger Woggles now has a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. The race has felt like it's gone for the Kenzie. It's been going for a hot minute. If anything. Alpoom now heading through the final sector. There's no real battles on track at the moment. Blocky Rex is probably the closest to anyone at the moment, but he's got a ghost car actually. I just forgot about that. That's him and Banana Cake. We're going to ride on board with Banana Cake. Why not? He's about to start his 21st lap of the Belgium Grand Prix. I actually think he might be getting lapped soon actually. He is. So there's what's his name? Alpoom heading through the final corner now. And here's Banana Cake just exiting the first turn, so he could potentially be getting lapped soon. But now Alpoom starts his final lap, but we're going to run on board with Banana Cake as he is starting his penultimate lap of the Grand Prix through Radion and Aru. She goes pretty cautious, ran a little bit wide. Through the corner. End of the camel straight he goes, runs a little bit wide again. Gets a bit of oversteer on exit and acceleration. Do this next right-hander. As you can see, the rear tyres losing traction from that Ferrari and the tarmac. Do this left-hander. Normally want to mount the curb there. Just free time to be gained. Do this next left and right-hander. There's a yellow flag that's actually purple now that is unfortunately spun around. I think he may have had a little bit of an incident there with his teammate. So the two LAS drivers may have had a bit of an incident there. Also known as the two Red Bulls. So Banana Cake's got to get a move on here if he doesn't want to get lapped by our race leader of Alpine, who is on his final lap of the Grand Prix. So I wasn't talking in the microphone there, it might not have sounded right. Yeah, this is Banana Cake now. Heading through the final corner. But it's in this man that's led pretty much the whole race. He's been the most dominant throughout the whole weekend, mustn't it? Anyway, Alpine's going to come across the line and he's going to win the Belgium Grand Prix for the Race Spec F1 Esports 2010 Classic Series. Sideshow Prod, 24 seconds behind Alpine. That's the amount of speed that our race leader had on anyone else, really. He was a second and a half quicker than anyone else in qualifying. It's been a very miserable weekend as well at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, but he's going to come across the line now. Is Sideshow. He's going to come home P2 for the Braun team. Great result from him considering the last outing at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Plevs is heading through the final corner now. He's going to come home for P3 for McLaren. Now it's going to be Corte or Red Bull. We're still in a little tight battle here with Dr. J. Willie did dive down the inside. He's definitely nowhere near close enough. But Alex has now finished the Grand Prix as well, as he has been lapped. But both these Red Bulls come across the line now. Dr. Dre's going to come home P5 on track. But then after time penalties, he's going to come home P4 in the end ahead of his teammate Corte. Dougie Falcons is coming through the final corner now. Will he be able to manage P6 in the end? He does. He's going to come home P6 for Ferrari. LAS Chucky, after I think a little incident with his teammate, is going to come home P7. It's definitely been a very long race. Chucky's going to come home P7 for Red Bull. And Purple just got himself a 3-second time penalty for cutting that final corner. But now we're waiting for Banana Cake and Blocky Rex's Ghost Car to finish the race. Banana Cake's going to be second last of the drivers. Actual drivers to finish the race here. Banana Cake's going to come home in P8 for Ferrari. But that has been your Race Spec F1 Esports 2010 Classic Series around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit at the Belgium Grand Prix. As you can see now, the drivers heading out for the podium celebrations. Congratulations to them. As you can see on your screens now, here are the provisional results for the Belgian Grand Prix. Alpine takes the win for the Race Spec Esports 2010 Classic Series ahead of Sideshow and Plebs, who round out your podium positions here at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Dr. Dre is going to come home P3, leading his teammate Corte in P4. In P5, I should say. Dougie Falcons is going to come home P6. First of the Ferrari drivers, and it's going to be another two Red Bulls of Chucky and Purple. Banana Cake Pie is going to come home P9. in this Grand Prix. Then it will be Blocky Rex in P10. Flogger Woggles is going to come home P11, not scoring any points here, unfortunately, same as Alex. But then it's going to be 6 DNFs here for this afternoon's Belgian Grand Prix. It's going to be Gassy 10, BK, Big Donga, Ken Tenma, Crackerjack, and John Pliner, who unfortunately did not complete the race. But that has been your RaceSpec F1 Esports PS4 the RaceSpec F1 Esports PS4 2010 Classic Series. My name is Expert, and I will see you guys next time.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?